because there's significant action this week on guns. We saw Senator Harry Reid basically say he's not going to include the assault weapons ban in his base package on gun control, and it's turned all of the fire on this issue of background checks. One of the things we saw overnight, Mayor Bloomberg of New York starting a $12 million ad campaign to target swing senators.
For me, guns are for hunting and protecting my family. I believe in the Second Amendment, and I'll fight to protect it. But with rights come responsibilities. That's why I support comprehensive background checks, so criminals and the dangerously mentally ill can't buy guns. That protects my rights and my family.
Jim Messina, it was no secret there was a lot of resistance from Democrats on the assault weapons ban, including Harry Reid. You saw Mayor Bloomberg right there. He's going to be advertising in both Democratic and Republican districts, Democrat and Republican states. You know, you work with Organizing for Action, the president's super PAC, support the president's agenda. Are you going to target ads against Democrats as well as Republicans on this issue?
Look, we're going to reach out to members of both parties on this. Background checks are supported by over 92% of Americans, including a majority of the NRA members, a majority of Republicans. There's clear consensus in the states on this issue, and we're absolutely going to talk to members of both parties.
So you'll be advertising in Democratic districts?
We'll figure out what advertising is, but we're talking on grassroots. Last week we had over 100 events across the country in both Democratic and and Republican congressional seats. We have over 1 million volunteers in the first month alone getting involved on this and other issues, and we're absolutely going to be advocating on the president's agenda.
We're still seeing Karl Rove, the National Rifle Association, digging in against universal background checks.
Look, if you say, should we keep the mentally ill and the criminals from getting guns, everybody say yes. But that's not what this is about. We're talking about, in this instance, having a registry where if a grandfather wants to give a treasured shotgun to his grandson or granddaughter, he has to register with the government and go get approval of the government to give that gun to his grandchild. No, it's also transferring it. And in addition, Senator Schumer, for some reason or other, insists upon keeping a registry of guns. Now, if there's one thing that scares a lot of people who believe in the Second Amendment, it's the federal government keeping a national registry of gun sales and gun purchasers and gun owners. But
if you don't have records, how does the background check make any difference?
Well, it does make a difference. You find out if somebody can or cannot purchase a gun. Right now, I can go into a gun store in Texas to purchase a weapon. I have to go through a background check. They have to ascertain I don't have a criminal record, and then I can purchase a gun. But what we're talking about here is different than that. And why it's different than that, is politics. There could be a lot of mutual agreement found on closing some of these so-called gun show loopholes. We could probably get agreement on a widespread basis of people saying, look, you go to a gun show, you walk in, you pass a check, you get your little stub that allows you to purchase a weapon, and that's it. But this goes far beyond that.
What's the answer to that?
Look, 40% of all gun sales currently don't go through background checks. The background checks have stopped 2 million people from getting guns they shouldn't get, but we know there's loopholes all over the place. And Carl, just saying no, which is what the NRA and your party is doing right now, isn't moving us forward. I agree.
Let's be clear about this. This is prompted by the Sandyhook murders. Those guns were legally purchased with a background check. This would not have stalled something like that. Let's be very careful about quickly trampling on the rights of the people. And look, you want to get something done, then stop scaring people. Don't say we're going to keep a registry of all these guns, and let's not make it so impractical.
Stop scaring people. You're scaring people with this Orwellian sense that black helicopters in the government, if we register guns, are going to confiscate Americans' guns. That kind of paranoia fuels...
With all due respect, it is not paranoia.
Who's going to confiscate all the guns in America?
People have a fear of this. Why do it? Why do you need it?
Lots of things are registered in the United States of America because they're dangerous.
Do we register books? Do we register other things that are constitutionally protected?
No, we don't. And the result of this is that the only votes really that have been taken since Newtown have weakened gun control in America. Some of those votes the Senate took last week to prevent the Justice Department, for example, from taking a look at gun shop owners' inventory to make sure there haven't been thefts, voted down by Republicans.
Peggy Noonan, maybe